Okay, so have you ever felt like drowning in banking apps
Oh, yeah,
just to like manage your money?
for sure.
I know I have. It's
Yeah,
it's a total headache. So today we are diving into how Emirates NBD,
right.
a huge player in the Middle East financial world,
hmm
used UX design to solve this problem for their customers.
Yeah, and they didn't just solve a frustration we've all felt. They actually tripled their App Store rating
Wow.
and saw a massive jump in user engagement, a 50% increase in activity,
Oh, wow.
and their secret weapon. A strategic partnership with UXDA,
Okay.
a design agency that eats, sleeps, and breathes financial products.
They brought in the UX dream team. So before we unpack all their genius moves,
Okay.
let's back up for a sec. Who exactly is Emirates NBD?
Okay, so imagine this. You're strolling through Dubai, and it feels like every other skyscraper is lit up with their name.
Okay.
That's Emirates NBD, Dubai's government-owned bank,
Wow.
a financial powerhouse ranked 85th globally in the world's top 1,000 banks. And they offer everything from your everyday checking account to the kind of wealth management services
Okay.
that probably involve solid gold debit cards.
Okay, so we are talking about a banking giant.
Yeah.
But even giants need to adapt, right? Right? What challenges were they facing in this digital-first world?
So their big mission to skyrocket their digital ROI,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not just talking about a little boost here and there, they wanted to dominate the future of digital banking in their region,
Okay.
which meant tripling their App Store rating
Right.
and attracting a whole lot more active users.
Okay.
But achieving that kind of digital dominance meant going beyond just adding a few flashy features.
Right. They needed a total digital makeover.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they were smart enough to realize this.
Okay.
They knew they had some fundamental issues to tackle.
Like what?
For starters, their user experience was,
Right.
fragmented.
Okay.
They had different apps for different services, which, let's be honest,
Yeah.
is a recipe for user frustration.
Ugh, tell me about it. Just thinking about juggling multiple banking apps makes me just want to
Yeah.
open a piggy bank and hide it under my mattress.
Right. Nobody wants to feel like they're navigating a digital obstacle course just to manage their money.
So true. But on top of that user confusion,
Yeah.
didn't they also have the whole we're a massive corporation thing to deal
Well,
with?
absolutely. Making any kind of change in a huge established organization like Emirates NBD
Right.
is like trying to turn a cruise ship around.
Yeah.
It takes time, coordination,
Yeah.
and a whole lot of convincing.
Right.
Plus, they had to figure out how to weave cutting-edge UX design into their existing infrastructure.
Right.
Imagine trying to fit a brand new engine into a vintage car.
Right.
It's a delicate operation.
So it sounds like they had a vision, but also a mountain of obstacles.
Yeah.
So where did they even begin with tackling all of that?
That's where UXDA stepped in to work their magic.
Okay.
They helped Emirates NBD come up with a truly comprehensive solution. One of the first things they did, consolidated all those separate services into a single unified app.
Ah, music to my ears. One app to roll them all.
Right.
Much easier on the brain and the app library.
For sure.
But I'm curious, how long did it take them to get this revamped app up and running?
Get this, they launched a beta version in just 6 months.
Wow, 6 months.
Yeah.
That's less time than it takes me to decide on a new phone case.
Right.
They must have had some seriously dedicated teams working on this.
They did, and they were smart about it, too.
Okay.
They didn't just outsource the work and hope for the best.
Yeah.
ENBD worked hand-in-hand with UXDA,
Okay.
ensuring a smooth integration process. And this is key,
Oh,
getting buy-in from their own employees.
smart move. You can have the most brilliant app in the world, but
Right.
if the people inside the company aren't on board, it's not going to fly very far.
Exactly.
Okay.
But they didn't stop there.
Okay.
Remember all those different types of customers they have? To make sure they were designing an app that truly clicked with everyone,
Yeah.
they dove deep into user research.
Okay, so spill the tea. What juicy insights did they uncover from all that user research?
Well, they started by segmenting their users,
Okay.
recognizing that someone who primarily uses basic banking needs
Right.
has different expectations than, say,
Yeah.
a high net worth individual
Right.
managing a complex investment portfolio.
Makes sense. A one-size-fits-all approach rarely works.
Exactly.
Especially in the world of banking where people have such diverse needs.
Right. So they discovered that while retail banking customers were primarily looking for smooth, easy to understand everyday transactions,
Okay.
and maybe a good deal here and there,
Right.
their private banking clients,
Yeah.
they craved a more personalized experience.
Okay.
Think dedicated relationship managers. seamless digital tools for managing their wealth.
Okay.
And that air of exclusivity that comes with being a high-value customer,
So they basically had to create two very different experiences within one app.
that's exactly it.
Wow.
And this is where their commitment to personalization really shines through.
Oh.
They didn't just slap a new coat of paint on their old app.
Right.
They reimagined the entire digital banking journey.
Okay, I'm hooked. Give me an example.
Okay.
How did they translate all this user insight into actual features?
Well, one thing they heard loud and clear from almost everyone was this desire to feel more connected to their finances,
Okay.
to move away from that cold transactional relationship with the bank.
Yeah.
People wanted to feel like the bank was looking out for them. You know?
Totally. We're talking about our hard-earned money here.
Right. Like,
It's personal.
exactly.
Yeah.
So how did they build that sense of connection and personalization into the app?
Right.
They created something called a communication hub.
Okay.
Imagine a personalized feed of updates, notifications, recommendations.
Okay.
Tailored just for you,
Okay.
instead of having to hunt down information or wait for a statement in the mail.
Yeah.
You can now see everything you need in real time, right at your fingertips.
It's like a social media feed, but for your money.
You got it.
Okay.
It's brilliant because it takes the boring out of banking
Right.
and makes it more engaging.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
The bank gets to communicate more effectively with their customers, delivering personalized messages that are actually relevant and timely.
Talk about a smart move.
Yeah.
They're making banking feel less like a chore and more like, dare I say it, enjoyable.
Exactly. But they didn't stop there.
Okay.
Another big thing that came up in their user research was this overwhelming desire for more self-service options.
Oh, I can relate to that. Who actually enjoys waiting on hold with customer service?
Right.
Or standing in line at the bank?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Not me.
Right.
So they designed a robust self-service hub right into the app.
Okay.
Think of it as your own personal banking assistant, available 24/7. You need to order checks, apply for a loan, or track a request. You can do it all yourself, right from the app.
That's amazing. It's like they're putting the power back into the hands of the customer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it frees up their customer service reps
Yeah.
to focus on those more complex issues.
Right.
Or in the case of their private banking clients,
Okay.
provide that high-touch personalized support that those customers expect.
Okay.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, you've got me on the edge of my seat. Tell me more.
Emirates NBD made the bold decision to integrate wealth management features
Okay.
directly into the everyday banking app.
Wait, really? That's unusual, isn't it?
It is.
I feel like most banks keep those things totally separate.
They do.
Yeah.
But Emirates NBD recognized that people, especially their private banking clients,
Yeah.
want a holistic view of their finances.
Okay.
They want to see it all in one place without having to switch between different apps or platforms.
I can see how that would be a game changer for someone. Trying to manage investments alongside their everyday banking.
It is, and it makes them stand out from the competition.
Right.
It's like they're saying, we're not just a bank, we're your financial partner.
Okay.
But they were also strategic about the rollout.
Okay.
Instead of overwhelming users with a million features,
Right.
they took a phased approach,
Okay.
testing new features with a smaller group
Right.
before releasing them to the public.
So they were iterative and data-driven, making sure things worked seamlessly before rolling them out on a larger scale.
Precisely.
Okay.
And that commitment to quality is evident in everything they did.
Yeah.
They sweated every detail, from the app's design to how they onboard new users,
Okay.
to the way they communicate with their customers.
Right.
It's all about crafting a cohesive and downright delightful experience.
It sounds like they really cracked the code.
Yeah,
Creating a digital banking experience that's not only functional, but enjoyable.
they did. And they've become a shining example of how a traditional bank can not only keep up with the digital age,
Right.
but actively shape its future.
They're not just riding the wave, they're steering the ship.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest takeaway here for our listener? Someone who might be thinking, okay, this is all very impressive, but what does it mean for me?
It's all about strategy, right?
Yeah,
It's not enough to just have a website or an app these days.
Right.
You need a real thought-out digital strategy,
Yeah.
especially if you want to compete with the big players.
You hit the nail on the head.
Right.
Emirates NBD's success story is a masterclass in taking a hard look at what's not working
Right.
and then saying, how do we not just fix this, but actually blow it out of the water?
Yeah.
And that takes guts, especially for a well-established organization.
Yeah.
But they didn't just throw money at the problem.
Right.
They were incredibly intentional about every decision they made.
Okay, but let's be honest. Technology is constantly changing.
Right.
What works today might be outdated tomorrow.
So how can a company make sure their digital strategy stays relevant in the long run?
That's where the human element comes in.
Okay.
And this is something that Emirates NBD nailed.
Okay.
They understood that even in a digital-first world, people still crave connection, personalization, and a sense of being understood.
Well, it's not enough to just have a sleek app with a million features. You have to actually connect with the people using it.
Exactly. And Emirates NBD did this brilliantly.
Okay.
Think about that communication hub we talked about.
Yeah.
It's not just about delivering information.
Right.
It's about building a relationship.
Okay.
They're showing their customers, hey, we see you, we understand your needs, and we're here to make your financial life easier and maybe even a little bit more enjoyable.
It's like they're shifting from a purely transactional relationship to something that feels more like a partnership, right?
That's a great way to put it. And that's where true brand loyalty is built.
Okay.
By exceeding expectations and creating those, wow, they really get me moments.
And to do that, they needed the right partners. Which brings us back to UXDA.
Yeah.
It sounds like this collaboration was key to their success.
Absolutely. It's a perfect example of knowing your strengths and not being afraid to bring in specialists when needed.
Yeah.
ENBD had the vision, they had the resources.
Right.
But they recognized that UXDA brought that specialized expertise to the table.
Right.
The kind of expertise that can mean the difference between a good app and an exceptional one.
It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the smartest move is knowing when to call in reinforcements, right?
100%.
Okay.
And I think the biggest takeaway here,
Yeah.
the thing I really want our listener to walk away with is this.
Okay.
In a world that's becoming increasingly digital, where it feels like everything is automated and impersonal, the human touch is more important than ever.
It's almost counterintuitive, isn't it? We're talking about banking apps and digital transformation.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still about people connecting with people.
Precisely. So invest in creating experiences that go beyond functionality.
Okay.
Make them emotional, build relationships, foster trust, make your customers feel like they're part of something special, and they'll reward you with their loyalty.
Amazing insights. This has been such an eye-opening deep dive into the world of strategic UX design.
It has been fun.
So to wrap things up, if you're looking to make your own digital splash, remember this.
Okay.
Put people at the heart of your strategy, embrace innovation, and don't be afraid to bring in the experts.
All great advice.
Until next time, keep diving deep into the fascinating world of knowledge.